Did you see the dead cat bounces that Bitcoin has been making? Are we in a bear market? Because a lot of influencers and folks have come out to say that we're now in a bear market and it's going down to not only 20,000, 18,000, 14,000. That's actually not what I'm saying. I'm actually very sure if we're in a bull market or a bear market. My answer is going to surprise you. And I'll tell you the answer at the end after I take you through the process at which I arrive at that conclusion. I have other folks who are only technical analysts who are waiting for a signal to the upside, to the downside, some sort of breakout to confirm the pattern on the charts. Bull or bear market, I know the answer without looking at the price charts. Why? Because people confuse me thinking that I only use technical analysis. Well, technical analysis is probably only 30% of what I used to. What happened to basic economics and fundamentals? Using only technical analysis to analyze the markets is kind of like me walking into the UFC with only Muay Thai. Imagine not knowing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or wrestling when you walk into the UFC. You're missing major weapons in your arsenal. But first, I'm going to show you some charts. See this? That's gold near all-time high prices. That's copper already at all-time high prices. Even Brent crude oil prices back to 2019 pre-COVID level. Has industrial activity resumed? Has air travel resumed? If not, then why is copper prices, petrol, gold prices all at such high levels? Because something called inflation. What it means is basically anything the government cannot print at their will of pressing a button will go up by a lot. And of course, we've seen that in US dollars tanking, and even the Chinese yuan, which they tightly control, has been going up. What does this mean for Bitcoin prices? It's something that they cannot print. There are only ever going to be 21 million units. It's seen as a hedge to inflation. Guess what? It's going up. Lumber prices have tripled this year. If lumber can do a 3x, then surely Bitcoin prices can easily do a 5 to 10x. For Bitcoin to go into a bear market, it would need to crash around to say 20,000, stay there, or maybe even go lower to say 15,000. Could you imagine Bitcoin at a level lower than its previous cycle high of 2017? And yet lumber, copper, gold, petroleum, almost everything under the sun at an all-time new high. Not to mention property prices at an all-time new high. So that's where technical analysis fails, and you got to use a little bit of simple economics. I don't need the charts or confirmation, a break above or below somewhere to tell me whether Bitcoin is a bull market or a bear market. We are still in a bull market. Right now, yes, I do think prices can go much lower into the 20s, but this is all buying opportunities if you're a long-term investor, and you probably should be dollar cost averaging, not financial advice. And of course, the proviso and the big if to all of this that I've said is that the Federal Reserve does not allow the 10-year Treasury yields to rise above 2.2 to 2.5% within the next 4 to 6 months. As long as there's still liquidity in the market, Federal Reserve still prints money, then we're still in a massive bull market.